We are continuing to follow breaking news from downtown Chicago. We understand that chaos is unfolding at the anti-ICE protests in Chicago that Brona Tumulty has been covering. We heard that everything was peaceful, but now this video is showing a car driving through the street, narrowly missing protesters. Police officers running after the vehicle. We don't know yet if anyone has been hit. The protest started out peacefully, as I said. It's gotten chaotic as it moves around downtown. We have seen several people put in handcuffs already. Let's go to Brona Tumulty right now for the latest. Brona.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, we're moving east at the moment on Jackson, I believe it is. There's quite a crowd up ahead of us. Things have definitely gotten a little bit more out of hand at times since we've spoken with you. There have been several skirmishes with police. At one point, a car drove right at the crowd, through the crowd. It almost missed me as well. Several people jumping out of the way. I don't know if anybody has been injured in that. It was a maroon-colored vehicle, but you can hear the sheer sound of the crowd here behind me. We're almost up to the lakefront, up to Michigan Avenue. We've seen several arrests, at least 2 arrests at State and Monroe. Another person detained sorry, the intersection is failing me at the moment, but it's definitely gotten a little bit more chaotic. We've seen rushes at the police. Just a very difficult day at the moment.
Brona, what started as peaceful has definitely escalated. I see that you are now heading towards Michigan Avenue, heading east towards the lake. A lot more people than initially that were there. Tell us a little more about this car. You said it barely missed you.
Yeah, I was standing at the corner of State and Monroe, I believe it was, and the car was coming towards us. A police officer actually grabbed me and pulled me out of the way. So we're just a little bit shaken up at the moment, but we are moving east towards Michigan Avenue.
Where's that car now? Do you know?
Jackson.
Brona, can you hear me? Where's that car now?
I can hear you. Sorry, I've lost my photographer, so I'm not quite sure.
Well, he's
where
nearby.
The feed is.
He's there. There he is.
I can hear you. He's here. I found him. It's a little chaotic, as you can imagine. I don't know where the car went. It did kind of plow through the crowd. Again, I don't know if anybody was injured in that. It did seem like people were rushing to get out of the way. It almost seemed like it sped up to get through the crowd. It did seem to come east this direction, and police did seem to go after it. So I don't know if that person has been apprehended or not, but certainly a very a chaotic scene.
Yeah, we're hearing that the person
by that incident in itself.
Yeah, we're hearing. I'm hearing from people that they say the person driving the car got out of the car, then got back in the car and started driving.
I personally couldn't see that from my perspective. It's a little harder to see these things on the ground. I'm not sure what feed caught that, but that could well be the case. But the car definitely left the area and came east, I believe.
Well, we're obviously glad that you're okay, Brona. I understand it's alarming, troubling there. Would you describe it at this point? Does it feel confrontational? Are the protesters shouting things at police officers? Is it getting tense where that's concerned?
You know, it's hard to tell. The crowd has grown significantly since all of this started. When we were over in Federal Plaza at 5:30, I would say there was probably several hundred people. It certainly seems like it has swelled to a greater number than that at the moment. I think it's still moving east towards the lake at the moment. But yeah, I don't know how to answer that question, because I would say at times it has certainly been more tense than others. There definitely have been confrontations to a degree, but I think, overall, it seems like things are quite peaceful, and that is certainly what people told us earlier when we were talking to them, that they wanted this to remain peaceful, that they didn't want things to get out of hand and to look like they're currently looking in Los Angeles.
Brona, we got a live shot from Skycam 9, and we can see when you were there. I know you're at Michigan Avenue, but now it has spilled over onto I don't know if this is just DuSable Lakeshore Drive or Columbus. But I think it might be DuSable Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah,
but anyway, it's going towards Monroe. Several people still walking. We still don't have a lot of information about that car. Only what people are saying and reporting, and I'm getting some emails from folks who are saying what other people have seen happen. But from what we're looking at, it still looks very peaceful. But we do know that people have been taken into custody already.
I believe at least my photographer said he saw 2 people being arrested at State and Monroe. I saw another 2 people being detained myself, but the intersection is failing me at the moment. So at least 4, I would say, at this point that we're aware of, but who knows how many more will be detained before the end of the day.
Yeah, and I wonder, that's got to be gridlocked down there right now as far as rush hour is concerned, because we see the police officers cutting everything off, and we do hear them now speaking loudly on their bullhorns. But now they seem to be turning back down Monroe. We've got your shot up right there. We see the Art Institute, and we see the police officers down there. We see people carrying flags and things. So it's definitely still moving. The protest is, but the traffic is gridlocked right now.
Absolutely. I mean, police have done a very good job in kind of cordoning roads off as the crowd has moved and blocking path of where they're moving and kind of directing the flow of the march. But they are still very on the move. They're kind of moving towards any street that they have access to. We've kind of chilled east, south, and kind of all over the place to make it down towards the lakefront here. And we're standing right in the middle of the intersection of Michigan and I think it's Jackson at the moment, and they seem to be moving away from us. They seem to be moving east towards the water.
Yeah, they're turning on Monroe.
How big the crowd is at this point.
Yeah, they're turning west on Monroe. They're kind of going around Lakeshore Drive, then turning left on Monroe and going back up that way towards Columbus Drive. That's what we're seeing right now. We also see them spilling over into the Bandshell area. So they're kind of all over the place.
Rona, let me ask you, are the police officers there, are they telling people to disperse at this point? Are they trying to guide them into a certain place, or is it just they're going wherever they want and police are just trying to make sure that there's no violence that's happening to the people that are there demonstrating?
I would say, Ray, there's very much a sense of them being guided towards certain areas. They are allowing them to obviously have their moment, have the march. And like I said, things are largely peaceful. People are moving wherever they're kind of allowed to go, wherever they're being free to move. I didn't see that State Street was quite blocked off with cops. We're not allowing them to march down State Street, so they kind of cordoned them off and made them move more east of that area. There was lots of police cars, police vehicles blocking off State, so they weren't allowed to go down there, which has kind of led the group east towards the water.
All right, Brona, thanks. I know you've got a lot to cover down there, but we are still on that Skycam shot. But folks, in case you're just tuning in, we're following this anti-ICE protest that has been going along the area. There have been arrests, but the most poignant part at this point is that someone drove through that area, and we're going to get more information on that. We don't know what happened to that person in that vehicle, man, woman, or whomever, but I don't know if it was maybe a frustrated person because of the gridlock that's going on, but we'll have more information, of course, as it becomes available. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.